A world leader walked into the ocean in front of 5 witnesses and simply vanished. No body, no struggle, and a lonely pile of clothes left on the sand are all that remains of the man who led a nation. If you live for the mysteries that keep most people up at night, then you found your home. Before we reveal the evidence in this disappearance, swipe the like button into the locked position so these files stay just between us. Now, let's head into the vault. In the winter of 1967, the world was a chessboard of Cold War secrets. But for Australian Prime Minister Harold Holt, the ocean was his only sanctuary. On December 17th, at Cheviot Beach, that sanctuary became his tomb, or perhaps his exit strategy. The conditions that day were described as boiling. The surf was a violent slate-gray churn of deadly undertows. While his friends stood paralyzed on the shore, Holt walked into the waves with a chilling calm. He didn't dive, he didn't swim, he drifted. One witness, Marjorie Gillespie, watched in horror as he was diffused into the spray. One moment he was a man of immense power, the next he was a ghost, pulled into the deep without a single cry for help. Despite the largest search in Australian history, 340 divers, helicopters, and warships, not one single trace of Harold Holt was ever found. No body, no clothes, nothing. In the silence of his absence, the theories began to crawl out of the shadows. Theory number 1. Perhaps the most enduring theory is that Holt was a lifelong sleeper agent for the People's Republic of China. According to this legend, he didn't drown. He swam to a prearranged coordinate where a Chinese submarine was hovering just beneath the swell. Professional divers allegedly emerged, pulled him into the airlock, and vanished. It sounds like a movie, yet it remains the most talked about spy theory in the Southern Hemisphere. The next theory. At the height of the Vietnam War, rumors swirled that Holt was considering a massive policy shift that would betray the U.S. alliance. In the dark corners of political intrigue, some people believe that the powers that be couldn't risk the domino effect of an Australian withdrawal. Was the boiling water the result of a covert recovery vessel? Was Holt removed from the board before he could make his move? The next theory. This is the theory of a man who simply had enough. Holt was under immense pressure and reportedly self-medicating for chronic pain. Some people believe he orchestrated the ultimate disappearing act, wading into the surf only to swim to a waiting boat or a hidden cove, leaving his old life behind on the sand to start a new one under a different name. And finally, there is the most grounded and perhaps the most terrifying truth. Cheviot Beach is a known hunting ground for great white sharks. In that churning, low-visibility water, a predator could have struck with such speed that Holt couldn't even have had time to scream. It would explain why the sea never gave back a single piece of evidence. Official records call it an accidental drowning. But the fact remains, a nation's leader walked into the water and became a permanent mystery. What do you think happened? The facts are documented, but the truth remains elusive. If you enjoy this dive into the unknown, join us by subscribing to the channel. Until we open the vault again, thanks for watching.